No, I think that you are. No, no, you are. I think that. Uh, excuse me. I ain't know I had company. Let me pull myself together. Oh, much better. Hey, family. So it's Valentine's Day. And, well, if you're burning up your food, you're having a good Valentine's Day. Well, I just made something quick for my guest. And you could do something quick like this too. Want to see what it did? Let's go. Hi, my name is T. I am not a chef. Actually, I'm a truck driver. And I don't drive food trucks, I drive a semi. What I'm about to do is show you how to do what I do on my truck. Welcome to your favorite new food show, Big Taste in a Small Space with me, T. So to start this wonderful meal off, I got my little oven pan, some aluminum foil on it, and I had some leftover sweet potatoes from the time I roasted a potato. So just had a little bit left. Cut them up, drizzle a little bit of olive oil over them, and we're just gonna toss them up a little bit. Tossing up your taters, huh? Yeah. Put them in the oven pan. We're gonna stick them in the oven about 350, 400, about 30 minutes, hour. Just want to get them nice and tender. Then, I had these shrimps. Now, normally, the shrimp I buy is already peeled. It already has the shell taken off. I might have the tail on, but this guy convinced me to get the ones with the shell on it because he said, oh, they're bigger. I got bigger shrimp without all this mess, all this work. But hey, it is what it is. You do what you do. Taking away my time from my date. But you take the shells off and you clean up your little work area. Then get your shrimp on a dryer plate and you get a little paper towel and you're just gonna pat them dry a little bit because we don't want these juicy like that. Add a little bit of salt, little black pepper. Just a tiny bit of Old Bay seasoning. We don't want this to end up too salty. Don't need your blood pressure high. Some chipotle seasoning. A little bit of garlic powder. And some cumin. Now we're going on top of that, drizzle just a little bit of garlic oil so we don't have to use the olive oil. And we're going to mix that up a little bit. Just toss and turn. Make sure every piece of shrimp has every bit of seasoning on it. Put it aside for a few. Now, to start the show, we're going to get duck breast. Yep, and make sure your knife is sharp. Things go so much better when your knife is sharp, but be careful. Sharp knives cut people too. Well, get your duck breasts out. That's actually 2 breasts. Ain't that the way it's supposed to be? Anyway, you're going to separate the 2 breasts. And then on the skin side, very lightly, because your knife should be very sharp, you're going to put these slits in there. I guess these days they would call them hashtag marks. Whatever, man. Yeah, you're going to do this just so that the fat will render out of the meat. Out from under the skin. Yeah, this lets the fat out. This helps you get crispy skin, nice, quick, and easy. And that you're going to blot dry too a little bit with some paper towel. So then we're going to, I know we dried it off, but we're going to add just a drizzle of olive oil. We're going to add just a drizzle of this amino acid. Now the olive oil is going to help the seasoning stick, like the salt. The amino acid is actually going to help it to caramelize. A little black pepper. Yeah. Gonna help it get a little nice crispy too. Little paprika. Mm-hmm. Little crushed red pepper. Some tarragon. It's got a kind of sweet taste to it. Sometimes people will use that for their sweet sticky chicken. Good on duck too. You'll see. Try it out. It gives it a nice, not overly sweet, but a nice sweet taste to it. Put that aside. Get you some sweet peppers. We're gonna do a little bit of prep while my duck marinades for a quick few minutes. Put that aside. Get a carrot. Skin the carrot. Get the ugly portions off the outside. Yeah, something to do. Do I do that all the time? No, but something to do. I ain't cooking for you. Shut up. Take the top and the tail off. Now we gonna shred some carrot, nice and thin, with the same peeler that we used a second ago. Clean up your little plate. Push the carrot aside. Get you a piece of celery. Take the top and the tail off. Split it in half. We just gonna do a couple of quick shreds of celery, about 3 or 4. There you go. Now we're gonna put that aside for a second. Break out your old trusty cutting board and one of these Ziploc bags. We're gonna take the top and all the sides off the bags because we only need half of the bag, and we're gonna use that with this bamboo mat. Because we're going to take this piece of nori and we're going to make a little bit of sushi. Again, this time I'm going to show you what I did without the rice. We're going to lay out the strips of celery, the strips of carrot. We're going to put down, thank you. We're going to put down some crab meat. This crab meat came out of can, so anybody can get some canned crab meat. Put it down. I used this the other day too. Take a little bit of caviar. Yeah, you spoon it in. Little as you want, much as you want. I'm trying to finish what I had, so. And then we're going to try to roll this up. It's a delicate thing. It's an easy thing. It's, man, that's why they call them sushi masters. Because obviously, I am not one. But you're going to need a little bit of water to seal this up. So put a little water on the end. And yeah, with your bamboo sheet and your plastic, you squeeze and you roll it up. While you have that aside, you get your skillet out and put your duck in the skillet cold. You're not even turning on the skillet until you put the duck in there. And when you turn it on to about medium high. If it has a gauge on it, it's going to be about 325. You don't want it too high. You don't want it too low, because you need that heat to render out this fat that you see coming out. And yeah, I like to press it down, not too hard. We ain't mashing it. We ain't trying to make mashed potato duck. But I just want to make sure the surface of that skin area is touching the pan, so it will get nice and crispy all over it. And as you see, that duck fat flows out very nice, very quickly. And duck fat is a luxury item. Every now and then you turn it, you flip it, you look at the bottom. Just, you don't want it to burn, but you don't want it to get all pink, you know, want it to be all yellow. You want to brown it some. So you're checking it. It's going to be cooked on the skin side about 90% of the time. About 7 to 10 minutes on that skin side. And you will see a whole lot of fat come off there. It's called rendering. You're rendering the fat. And when you do flip your duck over, you're going to cook that side, the flesh side, 2 to 3 minutes in the fire on the hot side of the pan. I make sure I get the duck fat on that too. That's going to be, like I said, 2 to 3 minutes. 7 to 10 minutes on the skin, 2 to 3 minutes on the flesh. And that's going to give you a nice pink duck in the center, medium rare, the way a lot of people like it. If you like yours a little more done. Cook it about 3 to 5 minutes on the flesh side. When you take that out, you let it rest for at least 5 minutes so the juices will reconstitute back into that duck. And since we have all this lovely duck fat, it's a privilege to cook things in duck fat. So I put my sweet peppers in there, turn my fire all the way up. And I just want to get some color and attitude on my sweet peppers. You see, after 2-3 minutes, they get a nice little tinge of doneness, little cookedness, a little color and attitude on it. You know me, everything's got to have some attitude. I wrote a song about it. You want to hit? Well, maybe not now. Anyway, since I got this duck fat going, I put my shrimp in this duck fat too. Shrimp grilled in duck fat. It's going to be a lovely Valentine's Day, I'll tell you. Now, once you put your shrimp in there, it's almost time to take your sweet peppers out because they ain't going to take long. We didn't want to cook them hard. We just wanted to, soften them up a little bit. And then your shrimp, you get to move them, spread them out a little bit. They've been swimming in the fat. Take them out the fat for a little bit. Don't flip them yet. You're going to let that side get a little color on it too. Shrimp this size only takes about 2 to 3 minutes per side. When you flip them over, flip them back into all that oil. Make sure everything's coated in the oil. Let it bubble a little bit before you also spread that out. Like I said, about 2 minutes aside, 2 to 3 minutes aside. Move them out the duck fat, let the duck fat render off. Now my blackened, my almost burnt sweet potato, I just put them in there to heat them up a little bit and get some more of that duck fat on there because it's delicious. But anyway, you let that cook. Once your shrimp is done, you'll know because you will check it. Said 3 minutes aside, turn that off, get your shrimp out the pot, get your blackened sweet potatoes out the pot, and set all that aside. And we're going to get ready to plate all this up. But before we do have to cut up our sushi roll. You don't want to serve somebody a big old sushi log. You cut it, and every time you cut it, you wipe your knife off. So you make a slice, you wipe your knife off. You make a slice, you wipe your knife off. That's going to give you nice, clean slices of your sushi roll. And hey, taste one for yourself. Anyway, put that aside. What else we got going on here? Now it's time to cut up our duck. It's rested about a good 5 minutes. And you want a nice, clean, sharp knife. You cut your duck down whichever way you want it to be. This is the way I'm doing it today. You know me, every day is a new adventure. So you cut your duck up and you sit that aside for a minute. You get out a plate that you think you want to eat on. You take a little Asian zinger sauce. Got that from Buffalo Wild Wings. You get a little chefy restaurant-y with it. Put a little bit on, get a spoon and make a little whoosh. And you get out your pieces of duck and you line it up on your little swoosh. Almost like the Nike symbol, huh? You get your shrimp. And I was trying to be cutesy. I actually did make a little heart with it. Oh, it's so cute. And then I was like, where am I going to put the rest of the stuff? Put my potatoes down. I ran out of room for stuff, so I messed up my little heart. Whatever. Shut up. And I put my sweet peppers down. I had some leftover cucumbers I cut up and some scallions. I mixed those with the sweet peppers. Rest of the scallion too. And then plate it up. Bam! There you go. Duck with Asian zinger sauce. Shrimp grilled in duck fat, some sweet potato, blackened, whatever, and some peppers with my little sushi roll. That sushi was just right. Crab meat sushi. And there you go. Valentine's Day is a wonderful thing. So, yeah, what? Y'all want to see my date? You come on. Say hi to people. Come on, don't be shy. Say hi to people. Taking off her glasses. Getting ready for round two. Yeah, she said her name was Pillow. Think she's Rob Lowe's daughter, but happy Valentine's Day. Big thanks for your Valentine's Day.